So, one of the things which I think I find striking is the problem of creating the armies, these massive battle scenes, which, you know, you would think how the hell they did it. And they sort of employ this man. His name is Stephen Reglas. He actually developed this another plugin for Maya, and it's artificial intelligence. It's basically that software is able, based on the action of a human brain. So the reason is because if it was like all in computer, it would take quite a long time to change the camera angles. With this, he could, you know, the light could be natural, he could fill it with whatever angle he wanted and make it all look realistic.
Hello everyone, Carlos, as you know, and I'm here to talk about Batman, right?
Oh, you want? Yeah, you just press the space bar.
And the purpose of this presentation is to speak about the franchise series TV shows on the 60s, featuring Adam West to the present day, and about Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises by Christopher Nolan production in visual effects. So, in the years of 2000, Christopher Nolan was the director of The Dark Knight. Previously was done, the film was the beginning of Batman, and this was the beginning of the legend, Batman Legends, with the help of Alice software. A small of expert teams create the swarm of digital bats, very realistic, looking like with a normal behavior, like flying, landing and takeoff.
My presentation is on how the development of CGI and special effects impact the Alien franchise. So what is the Alien franchise? It's a popular science fiction film franchise that spans from 1979 all the way to 2017. It uses special effects throughout all of its films, which is quite typical of science fiction, because science fiction uses special effects to create new worlds, new frontiers, and immerse the viewer in the near unbelievable. And if you could imagine, like, this was the more effective method to use, because if they had to use that with traditional methods, it would have just been really costly, and if there was a mistake and they had to reshoot, it would be like a really lengthy time process as well. Again, like similar to the first two films, the alien was created with a puppet costume, but this time they had a CG alien, as you can see here, Ripley.
This is one of my favorite shows. I've decided to make a presentation about Game of Thrones and the behind special visual effects that take place in this. The show is inspired after A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin. It was a novel, and then it got in 2009. It was the first time it was chosen to be HBO ordered the production of the series. The first season did not feature a lot of visual effects because they had a low budget. But as you can see in these images, this is Khaleesi, one of the main characters. They built 3D dragon models using a sculpted maquette, which they have based their CGI built on. This was done by a visual effects company in London called Blue Bolt. They took care of the first season of the show. As an actor in 2018, it's very hard when everything you interact with that features monsters and stuff, you have to pretend that it's there. You can see in this image of Khaleesi, she's pretending to feed the baby dragon on her shoulder. This is a pre-visualized image of the model being built.
Terry Gilliam is an American British-born actor, comedian and director, known most famously for his works regarding the Monty Python troupe, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and Time Bandits, to name a few. And in the world of VFX and animation, he's been a household name for the better part of the last 50 years. Within this presentation, I'll explore the evolution and development of Gilliam's methods within regards to the Monty Python era, all the way through to Time Bandits and the Imaginarium of Othniel. The stop-motion style of animation Gilliam employs within Monty Python is one based on collage-based assets, with paper cutouts being his main asset, taking many of his images from famous works of art and photography. Gilliam is working alongside Peerless Camera Company and Lola Post-Production, and he's working on the film The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, a film that consists of over 800 visual effects techniques. In this film, a combination of CGI and traditional VFX techniques is used to great effect. Miniatures, models, and matte paintings are still in effect thanks to mattes and miniatures.
I'm going to be talking about the visual effects and the creation behind Avatar. For the facial structure of the characters, they use wavelet facial motion, which is basically a stereoscopic 3D fusion camera system where they put like little keyframes in the face so that they can capture like all of the facial to make it into the character. They had a few struggles when they were actually filming Avatar. The most challenging was that they had to film it twice because they had to look at 2 images for each eye, which was quite a workload for the visual effects. And it was not really an obstacle, but it was quite hard to do.
So I'd say this ties in quite nicely to Helen's, as it happened around a similar kind of time and similar kind of elements played in. So just before the Matrix, like what kind of preluded up to that happening is the beginning of technological advancement in CGI in the 80s. You have Tron, you've got Ghostbusters as the 80s progresses, you've got like Terminator, which is pretty cool. And then sci-fi anyways kind of allows you to explore different narratives because it's so free from having to conform to specific kind of things, you know? So once this was tied with being able to create visual realizations of these narratives with settings, monsters, spaceships, it just meant that sci-fi literally was really free to explore the inside of a computer, another dimension, the future. Do you know what I mean? Whatever you can think of.
So, Marvel Studio worked on the development of Iron Man starting from 2005, and the first film came in 2008. CGI wasn't very utilized in the first film. For example, the first armor of Iron Man was totally made real life, and so the actor had to wear a complete suit that was heavy and a bit robotic. Let's say they found it easy to work on the CGI for the antagonist and for the scenery because they spent less time only working, but they could add a lot of details. And to me, actually, this scene is one of the best scenes in the movie because it looks so realistic, and they had a lot of, let's say, landscape for the Grand Prix race. And if you see it, it looks almost you are there.
Awesome. Right, very short discussion, and then we're going to get all this up onto your blogs. Okay? Do we like the little interface, the spaceship interface for the presentation? I like it.
I really like that. Good, nice, pleasant aesthetic slideshow.
So yeah, music videos, loads of visual effects going on in there, you know, and as well, you know, you can chart the history of visual effects through music videos.
Made out of a rubber.
Yeah.
And, you can see what this glue that when Saruman creates these orbs, it's all like they actually made the thing real. So it's and create, you know, in new application and in that way make art.
So, do you think it's more effective for the movie itself to like have a bit less visual effects? Or
I'm not so. I don't like so much of visual effects. I like more realistic things. But I think we need to use them to reduce costs, for example, and to give more action and more visual effects to the film, right?
Like showing
Yeah, like a retrospective of the series. Yes, but using probably a little bit more of the new techniques, but on the same time using the old ones, just to create more action with a new software and something like that. Would be very interesting in my opinion.
It's a method of taking two different video images and overlaying them with each other in post-production with the computer, and you then put that over the background image, so it's just floating with that.
so like, so you'd like make it more see-through on a computer or something, so you
Yeah.
can just see through that.
Yeah, pretty much. The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, that's like a really weird one to watch because there's different artists used for each different sequence in the film, and some of them Gothic painters, they're painting this up right there, that's like really bubblegummy looking, like candy looking, so it's like massively contrasting throughout this film, so even that in itself is a bit of a spin out.
Yeah. Just using the actors as the thing that's consistent. Like.
Yeah.
Do you think that special effects are now like a reason for this film like draws audiences?
I think it does because people look at the trailers and they see, oh my god, that's so amazing. I want to watch it. And they don't get it.
I think the question is very interesting because I think not the opposite of you, but I think there is a very mix of, in a good way, of special effects. Flying to another planet and found that girl is so interesting history, it's so romantic, and the special effects, it's true or not?
Yeah.
The special is so good as well. I don't know, what is your opinion about it?
There's a lot of theories that it is, but I think it did remind me of.
It's a really good story. It's like that. It's the kind of story. It's just because it's from like a human man's perspective, and I just find that mildly boring. Because he's like an old man. Do you know what I mean?
So speaking about green screen, as you mentioned, do you think that green screen makes the film more realistic?
It can definitely do it. I mean, if it's done professionally, like Game of Thrones, you can't even see the difference if there's a green screen or not.
Definitely, I don't think until this point there's any TV show that can compare the visual effects to Game of Thrones. Not yet, maybe in the future.
Yeah, but like, what they do
Then I think about all sorts of things. If I create something, yes,
You start learning in groups. I think the practical activities are a lot better. So, when we're using After Effects and stuff like that, we're trying to animations or play with cameras and stuff. That's it's really helpful to have other people around you. So it's like, how do you do this technical thing, or how do you make this right, or how do you make this move over here and stuff. So I think having people around you.